I wanted to share the information about or the history of tuition. I would be cheating if I said that I know where private tuition started, but I do recall in 1974, 1 year before I did my primary examination, that is when I came across private tuition. I want to tell you how tuition was then, and we can compare with how tuition is today. I remember some people, actually it was Mr. Manuel D'Souza, a Goan who was teaching at Westlands Primary, who had converted his house as a tuition place. One of the bedrooms was for a different class and different class and different class, but candidates used to use the sitting room because candidates were more. So him and his wife, who was also a teacher, they would contact that. And what used to happen is that by then I was a student at Mbagathi Road Primary School. So imagine moving from Mbagathi Hospital today, going to Kenya Institute of Mass and Communication in South B. So we could come out of school and then I rush. By 4 I'm there, then we spent 2 hours. He used to cover all the subjects. So those days we had those teachers who were doing a tuition on the side, and we had people who were unemployed. Those days it was unheard of that somebody could be a trained teacher and lack employment unless he was sacked for disciplinary or criminal offenses. So this tuition, somebody used to convert his or her house into a sort of private learning. We also, I remember one time looking at the newsletter of my stepbrother who was at Upper Hill, and plus the receipt for school fees. It was written so much for tuition, so much for activities, so much for this, so much for that. And I was wondering, kwani mnalipishwa tuition? That is when I was told that tuition means studying. We completed especially the places I knew, tuition used to assist. But when I became a parent, it became a weapon for schools. You know, those days tuition used to be happening at home, but it turned later to be that teachers would not teach and wait until evening when they would teach. They would know that a fraction of the students could afford the tuition, and that is when they would really teach and make more money than their salary. So the first time I ever came across tuition, that was in 1974. Whether it was there earlier than that, I have no capacity to know. And I've just compared the tuition where we used to go to somebody's house, whether he's a teacher or unemployed, and he would coach us. I think the word is coach. But it later became, when I was a parent, that the school, the head teacher, would collect the normal fees, or even after Kibaki removed school fees, a class teacher would collect tuition money from each and every parent. And the teacher would take the tuition, the normal classwork in summary, but during tuition, that is when they would do the actual teaching. Thank you.